Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am hauling stuff from Savers in an antique store, so stay tuned. All right everybody, taking a little break from the Litchfield mystery boxes and doing a Savers antique video. There are some books in this one too, but what can I say? Books are awesome for junk journaling. But first, I got this, and I got this at an antique store, so I may have overpaid. And it's one that removes the prices, so I don't know what I paid, but I want to say it was $20. So did I overpay for that? But it's a ribbon ladder, so I've been, getting ribbons. I have more ribbons than this, but I thought this would help me a little bit. And obviously, I've got to put it back together, once I unwrap it. But stuff to get organized. And now because I lifted this box that is really too heavy to be lifted, now I'm hot again. Although I just took off my sweater and now I'm cold. This pre-menopause phase sucks. All right. These were antique store. So I found some more of these Aunt Martha's iron-on templates, they're not decals. Hot iron transfers, thank you. So I picked I love these ones that are, days of the week. Animated kitchenware. That's funny. Now, I don't know what kind of an age these things have compared to like the Bogart ones. They're probably not old at all, but who still does iron transfers? True crafters. What am I going to use these for? I'm going to cut the pieces out, and they will be, well, I don't know. I guess I could just resell those. But I kind of like the idea of, especially these ones that have the days of the week, cutting each one out separately, or maybe it's separate sheets already, although I kind of doubt it, and making those as an insert in a journal. So I got some more ribbons to go on my, this was from Savers. Probably overpaid, but I really liked this yellow ribbon with the fuzzy edges. And again, I thought I could just cut these to make belly bands or pockets or something. And then this, okay, so I got this whole thing. I don't know how much it is because they took the tag off, but it was only $5 and something. So that seemed like a good price for all of that, plus the thing that it's held on. And this one was also a similar price, but there's way more of it. So, and I don't know what this is, if this is some kind of a seam binding too. I don't know, but I thought it was beautiful. So yeah, I couldn't believe I got it so cheap at a antique store. Oh, and these things are broken, so that's not all that great. But, and then this was called Snap Ribbon, I think. So I had never seen or heard of this, but it seemed interesting, and I thought it would make good edging to pages in a journal. And that's it for that bag. and that just destroyed the whole bag. Lovely. Let me just shove this in a box down here. Well, you guys, I know some of you are getting bored with hauls. Now, this is hauler time. Hauling is actually what I most prefer to do, but we want to see how to use all these things. But I've got to get through them all before I can start doing stuff with them. So just be patient and stick along for the ride. All right, now in this one antique store, there's this one booth that has bunches of books, and I didn't get to look at it the last time I was there, so I stopped by this time, and they had so many books like this. Now, I've already totally taken apart a collectible soda pop book, kind of similar to this, only it was not just Pepsi, it was, well, a lot of soda pop. That's kind of what my Indiana relatives call it. It's only soda to me here in Missouri. So what is it where you live? But anyway, this book is very similar because it's got pictures of, you know, memorabilia, advertisements, etc. So with that soda pop book, I cut out all of the images. Now, some of them I had to pick and choose because it's printed front to back. And like these ones, okay, I did cut out in that soda pop book ones like this. But if I had a choice and it was like a label versus something weirder like this, I always chose like the label, the more like these. Even though these are metal signs, they're still more like labels to me. So I prefer these kinds of images. So I literally cut up the whole book. I wouldn't let myself work on anything else until, because I tend to start something and then get bored and then hop. I made myself go, so I got that whole book cut up, and it may already be for sale in my shop because as of when I'm filming this, I'm planning on listing it in my shop this Friday. So that was super fun and super nostalgic, and met some sodas I'd never met before, kind of thing. So yeah, that was fun. But anyway, I told you guys, I now enjoy, like I used to always be like, oh, all these antique books about antiques, who wants to see that? But these specialized ones I love so much. So you're gonna see a theme with these books, but I've got to do it in a way where I can get the books back in this box. All right, so we have an illustrated catalog of jewelry and fashions, Marshall Field Company. So this is kind of weird maybe, but wouldn't these make cool bookmarks? Sure they would. And I don't know, I just think they're cool. Now, I haven't decided how exactly I'm gonna cut this up, but it's definitely, oh, the watches are great. It's definitely a fussy cutter's dream in here. Oh, and there was some fashion in the very back. Let me go back to that. It's not very many pages of it, but there were a few. So that's always fun. And then we got Illustrated Disneyana Catalog and Price Guide Volume 2. One thing about this one, it was mostly black and white, which is still okay. I just obviously prefer color. Well, maybe not obviously, but it's got some great images, and it did have some color pages here in the center. And let's see if I can find it. Maybe it had another section of colored pages. Oh, but they weren't in there either. Where did I see those? There was a whole page of pins. I thought it was a colored page, but maybe it wasn't. The reason why I wanted to show it to you, because I think I can make charms out of it. Maybe it was in the other. I got 2 books of these, different volumes. So maybe it was in the other one. I mean, this one's got some that I could make charms out of, but again, I thought I saw some in black and white. But anyway, there's that. And then I just picked this book up because it was not in very good shape, so it was a really good price, but it was a great vintage book with kids and animals. You gotta love that. And butterflies. All right, I gotta put these back before I get out some more. Otherwise, the whole book, well, you can't see me. Otherwise, the whole book box collapses. All right, almost there. Why am I still hauling at 11:30 at night? Because I don't know when I'm gonna get to haul again. So I have to take it when it comes. All right, then we got just general store collectibles. I mean, I like, you know, if you're into apothecary stuff, you can, you know, get your bottles, your tonics. I love pages like this. So again, just fussy cutting stuff out. It had a lot of good pictures, I thought. And then this is Birds of Our Country, pretty old book. Let me see if I can find the year on it. And it was a really good price, although I don't remember exactly what that price was. But I thought for its age, well, I don't know what its age is. Is there a thing in the back? No. Okay, well, that's not helpful. I guess I'll have to Google it. There's gotta be an age though. Okay, well, anywho, it is old enough to have pictures like this. And it's got birds and nests, and it does have some color plates, but otherwise it's just got a lot of old, so it's a great addition to a bird ephemera kit kind of situation. And it's a pretty book. So, all right, then, oh, vintage clothing from 1880 to 1980. I definitely like the illustrations better than the pictures, so thankfully there's more illustrations than not. But this would be great stuff for people that do fashion journals. And here is the other Disney book. Okay, but let's see if this had the, yes, okay. It's got this whole page of pins. So I thought if I cut these out, put my little hoop ring whatever they're called. And then my glossy accents, then I could make little charms out of these. So wouldn't that be fun? That's really the only reason why I bought this book, actually. I mean, it does have some fun other kind of images, but, and of course, great images on the covers as well. Okay, I gotta put some of these back. I didn't position this box very well. And these books are heavy. Oh. Okay, now this was kind of a random one, but I got this Girl Scout badge book, and it's got the badges over here, and I thought, well, I could cut out the badges, and I could use my glossy accents and make something that I could just glue into a journal. So that's probably dumb to have, I mean, I can obviously use the rest of it, but yeah, I literally got it just for these. Oh, and I could, instead of doing that, I could cut this part out so that it's kind of like a card. That might be better. And then this other stuff can just be, well, scrap pages for ephemera kits and stuff. That was from Savers. And then I try to pick these up whenever I find them just because this is so popular. This is probably one of the newer versions of this that I've had. This one is from, well, why would they tell us? Because this was European. So, is it in the back? Nope. So another one that I would have to Google to see the age of this particular version. Hi, let me take a brief moment out of our video to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Junk for Goats. Junk for Goats is my business where I sell and resell vintage, antique, and some modern ephemera for all of your junk journaling or crafting needs. I have shops on Etsy, Whatnot, and I list my digital items on my coffee shop. All of the links for those are below in the description, so please check that out. It's also important to note that 10% of all the proceeds from my sales are used to purchase goats from Compassion International. Those goats are provided to families across the world to help them meet their own families' needs in terms of their diet, but they can also take and sell the milk and the cheese that they produce from their goats to their friends and family nearby, helping to provide them with an income source that is valuable in the areas in which they live. So if you would like to craft with a difference, please check out the description below. And as always, thank you, and please enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks. And then I got 2 car books. The other one I'm not showing, but this one, 80 Years of Cadillac LaSalle, and it's got fantastic pictures to cut out all through time. And I can't remember if this had any advertisements in it too, or if it was just the pictures of the cars. It looks like it's just the pictures of the cars. So many, I mean, I could make so many ephemera kits of cars. So, and it goes, did I say, oh, it was 80 years. Now these cars are not as cool looking, but as they were back in the beginning, but still fun. Okay, I don't think I can get that back in now. I think I've goofed. All right, and I got some more of these, and this doesn't have a thing, so I either got this at the antique store or it's one I've shown you before, but it snaps and hook and eyes and stuff. And then this was from Savers for $3.99. It is my favorite recipes. I haven't opened it yet. I need to, hang on. I need to turn off my sleep so that if my husband messages me to see if it's safe to come home, I can respond. I don't know how late their movie was playing, but it's gotta be surely getting over soon. All right, my favorite recipes. This reminds me of Betsy Clark. Is it Betsy Clark? It's Hallmark. Sure looks like Betsy Clark, but where is the signature? I don't know. I don't see Betsy Clark anywhere. Does it say in here? Oh, yes, it does. 1973, Betsy Clark. It's got directions for use. So it looks like this, and some of them have already fallen, are no longer connected. So it's got the different sections. Okay, well, this is not what I was expecting this to be, but I'm not upset with it. And actually, because I'm going to be cinch binding my stuff, should work. Although these are long and skinny, and the cinch binding are more square, or actually mine is circle. So I don't know, maybe this won't work, but I'm going to certainly try. But this would be really easy to kind of remove all those plastic things, and then maybe if you have a disc punch, just adding your own pages in so that you can still enjoy the Betsy Clark. But I feel like that was a good deal for $3.99. And then more flashcards. I got these because I didn't need subtraction or division, but I got it because of the United States one. And I'm not sure if it's the same one that I already have. But this 3-pack was $5.49, probably overpriced considering they don't look old. And you can buy them at the Dollar Tree. 2010. Okay, now this one, let's see what these look like. Okay, so, and then on the back, it's got some fun facts. So Missouri, wait. Oh yeah, I guess they're all like that. No. Missouri, St. Louis, Jefferson City, and Springfield, and Kansas City. Those are the only cities that rated. And the back has the abbreviation, the capital, the nickname, the statehood, the bird, which is a bluebird. Come on, really? And then flower, I'm saying that because it should be a cardinal. The flower and the motto. The welfare of the people shall be the supreme law. The ice cream cone was invented here in St. Louis for the 1904 World's Fair. And Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote the Little House books while she was living on Rocky Ridge Farm in Mansfield, Missouri. And of course, Mark Twain. So that's, I don't know if this box was, since this was the main box I was interested in, I don't know if it was worth this price, but even if I didn't want to use these flashcards as is, I could cover them up with something. I mean, I could just use them as cardstock. But yeah, that was probably, I probably overpaid on that. All right. Garden primer. So some fussy cutting. It's hard to hold this. This is a pretty thick book, but yeah, it's got some fussy cutting options here. Oh yeah, this back section is pretty cool. Pepper, I mean, so it does several items, so that I thought was neat. And then the Naturalist Garden. I was hoping it was going to be kind of like a Edith Holden kind of situation, but it's not. But it's got a few fussy cutting things in here. Probably not worth it for the volume of things, but it was $3.99. So yeah, this was probably overpriced, but you guys, I got it because it had this pressed flower, or these pressed leaves in it. And I don't know what kind of, it's like a fern. I don't know. So there's that. Oh, it's hard to reach some of these things. Trees through the year. So I thought those were kind of some cool pages. Birds of Minnesota and Wisconsin. It was illustrated instead of photographs, so I thought that would be okay. What was the price? This is $3.99. I mean, that's not a bad price for that. Grasses. Maybe kind of boring, I don't know. I like it though. It cracks me up that somebody was, you know, had marked pages. You guys, I'm not looking forward to boxing all of this up. What did I get myself into? All right, we've got a Japanese or Chinese book here. I have a couple other books like this, but $2.50 was a pretty good price, I thought, for that. And then a Czech English dictionary. I don't have one of those yet, and the font was kind of interesting. So pick that up. And then, okay, so we've seen this on Temu. I don't know if this one specifically, but these are those scratch off date cards. So here's one that's already been scratched off, but the idea is that they all tell you what kind of time, how long it will take, and the money you'll need. So you pick out something that's appropriate for your situation, like whatever day, you know, and you only have so much money. You pick one out like that, and then you scratch it off. And this one is time to get physical with a sports date. Hit the golf range or pick a sport that requires 2 people, such as tennis, pickleball, or basketball. If you don't have the equipment, try simpler games such as tag or dodgeball. Keep it flirty and fun, and this date is sure to be a hole-in-one. So I think we picked these up to give to our oldest daughter. And for $2.50, heck, why not? Shoot, Jason and I could do these. Can you see us playing tag in the yard? Wouldn't that be funny? All right, I found some more bridge tally cards. I always love finding those. To me, they make great things to put in a pocket or whatever. So there are some that look like this. And if you've never seen one of these, it's for playing bridge. I don't know if you'd need them for canasta or pinochle. All right, and then some like this, and some like this. So it's kind of nice to have found a bag that had multiple different, because I put these in my score sheet ephemera pack in my shop. So that's fun. And then I found yet another auto bridge at Savers for $2.99. Seemed like a good price. If you've never seen this, this is perfect for a kid like me that was an only child growing up. This is designed so that you can play bridge, a four-handed game with just one person. Now, I have played canasta before, but I've never played bridge. But I have to assume if you can play canasta and euchre and stuff like that, that you could... I've never played pinochle either, though, so... but I gotta feel like it's very similar. Whoa, well, this comes with a huge book, so more paper. And then the idea is, however it is, these are the 4 people, and you play them all, but luckily... I don't know how it works, but anyway, so the reason why I like it is because it comes with these score sheet, game sheet pieces, so that's why I get them. And bridge tips. It's kind of nice to get a little card like this. So yeah, it's hard for me to pass this by when I see them. But how many do you need? Do you need 15 of them? No. Now, do I have 15 of them? No, but I probably have 5. And then I found another Stampin' Up! Punch. So this was a pretty good price, maybe $5. And these are never cheap if you're buying them brand new. So these are good when you have your scrap paper to use them with, to use up some of your scrap paper with this. Not scrapbook paper, although you can do that too. But I mean, like, you've cut everything off of a page that you want and you still have this leftover paper. Use punches with it. And then you can collage and all kinds of fun stuff. And then I got these, but I'm not sure what they are. I mean, I think they're plastic cards, but I don't know if they're gonna be like super flimsy. So we'll just look at one. Oh, I think they're home. Hang on just a second. Let me message them and see if they can give me 5 minutes. Okay, because this is the last thing. So here's what the back looks like, the front. Oh, they didn't see my message. So they've got cards that look like this. And cards that look like this. and I think we're gonna just be done. So sorry I'm ending this really quickly, but thank you so much for stopping by. It's now 12:05 in the morning. I really should be done so the family can come in, and wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself.